Obsidian Orbital, thanks for having us. This one goes out to all the commanders out there. It's called Victory. I hope y'all like it. 1, 2, 3, let's kick it.
Good afternoon, good evening, morning, wherever you are in the world, everybody. I know some of the guys that are joining today. It's very early for them. Welcome, everybody. A few of us were just chatting in the last couple days about the gunship, and I've been meaning to have to cover it a little bit, and we just talking about it. Thought it might be fun to do a little stream about it today. Talk about the kind of the history of it, where it used to be strong. Talk about where it is now, and if you are going to fly one, which personally I don't recommend. We'll debate that here in a minute. What you would outfit, what are some of the good builds that you can run on it. Two of the guests, let me introduce real quick today, are Rivertide. How's it going, River?
It's all good, X. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining. And some of you guys might know, and I'm very happy to have him join me, is Commander Rinsler, one of the kind of early OG YouTubers and one of the OG guys that covered the gunship. How's it going, Rinsler?
Oh, good. Thanks. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. And so, just to point out real quick, it is like what, Rinsler? It's 6 a.m. for you right now.
Yep, just excited now.
Yeah. So thank you very much for being up so early. We tried to twist Mango's arm to come join us, but Mango couldn't be bothered to get out of bed. Huh? We'll have to give him shit for that later. So with that, let me share. Let me start by sharing a video. Rinsler, which of these should I share first? I mean, I'm not going to play it. I guess I'll just share the links of all of them. But let's talk about them first. Should I share the old meta video, the Get Good guide? Actually, I'm going to post it just because it's history, right? Why don't you just briefly?
Better one would be. I can go the derezzed one.
Okay, the derezzed one. Post that first. Okay, gotcha. Let me. So this is. I'll just call it derezzed. And so this is a video Rinsler made on the gunship. Rinsler, why don't I let you tell us about it? About maybe a little bit about the video, like what the video has in it, what the relevance at the time.
Right, so the derezed video was, I think that happened right at about the time where the meta sort of shifted towards really heavily HD booster stack prismatic big ships. So we were trying to theory craft builds that could sort of break through big ships in the middle of fights. And sort of break through them and outpace their banks so that we can sort of force the tide and win battles early. The gunship was pretty much the only ship that allowed us to do that. So we fitted it with, I think it was 7 rapid-fire frag cannons with screening shells, which had the effect of halving the reload, which people didn't really know about. So we just used that and pretty much just spammed big ships with them, and no one really saw it coming until their shields were already down.
Yeah, and this was post-engineering, but this was pre-3.0 engineering, right?
Yeah, this is the old
original engineering. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought, right? I'm playing the video. I don't have the audio playing, but I just played the video while we're chit-chatting just so everybody can see. And so I guess tell us a little bit about this build. I see it's all frags and a rail.
Yep, so you can see on the stream at the moment, it's all fixed frags. We just went for maximum damage, so fixed frags for the fixed damage bonus. Also went for rapid fire, which was stronger than overcharge at the time.
Okay.
And also went for screening shell on all of the experimentals, apart from the smalls. Like one of the smalls had corrosive, one of them had drag, which was just for utility.
Yeah. Why don't you briefly explain corrosive, drag, and screening?
Okay, so screening shells on frags, it's not really used much anymore, but what screening shell does is it means the frag shell or the little pellets can actually hit munitions, so you can actually shoot down missiles and torps with the frags. But a little side effect of them, which wasn't really well known, was the fact that it halved the reload of the frag cannon. So what you're seeing at the moment, where it's just spewing out all this lead, is just the screening shell experimental on rapid fire. On the smalls, where the damage per second isn't really too much of a factor, we went for like 1 corrosive, which I think increases all damage taken when the hull has corrosive on it.
That's right.
By I think it's 30%. And we went for 1 drag, which wasn't as overpowered back in the day, but sort of is now. It makes the ship behave as if it has 0 pips and engines.
Yeah, and I'm watching the video right now, looking at how quickly. Oh my God, did this guy have? He couldn't have had any hull underneath it.
He had no chance, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, so, God, because once his shields dropped, wow.
Yeah, that's exactly why we built it. It was, the drag is just to make pretty much just make the big ship dead in the water, and the corrosive was just to drop the hull as fast as possible, and then the screening shells just did all the work. And the rail on there was a small rail. That's a feedback rail. That was back when you only needed one rail to cancel 90% of the bank. So
okay.
it just melts super chips.
Yeah, and just quickly explain what Cascade is, real fast, for folks.
So Cascade, it's called Feedback Cascade. It's an effect you can put on railguns, which is probably the most common railgun you'll come across in PvP. If you see a ship that's in the process of deploying a shield cell bank, so you see the little ripple across their shield, if you hit them with that rail, it cancels out a large portion of that rail's regen.
Oh, that's cell banks. Oh, that's cell banks
regen. Yeah, cell banks. Yeah. Yeah. So what happens in like wing fights, especially, multiple people will be carrying feedback, and people will call out banks that they see on other ships. So someone says, "Hey, Corvette's shield cell banking." Everyone goes and hits it with a feedback cascade. The Corvette doesn't end up getting much out of the shield cell bank. I think if you hit it with a couple of rails nowadays, it used to be just one, but now you have to hit them with a couple, and it cancels out 90% of that shield cell bank's total regen.
And so the max, and just to clarify everybody, the maximum that you can cancel, I know, is 90%, right? So you can at least get 10, but that's nothing, right? And I think once playing with it, I kind of figured out that a medium Cascade rail will cancel about 30 to 40% of a class 6 bank, something in that range, right? So if you had two of them, you're getting 60% cancel, right? Or if two players hit. And also, to be clear, you've got to hit during the charge up and unengineered, that's 6 seconds, right? From when you hit the cell bank to charged. And you have that 6 second window. Fully engineered rapid grade 4, which is out, you have to go out to Cloney to get, and it maxes at grade 4 for cell banks for some reason. It cuts it down to 2.5 seconds. Something like specialized doesn't lower the time, it lowers the heat. So in general, if you're doing PvP where you're have the massive fear of the Cascade rail, you're going to run rapid. If you're just doing NPC stuff, or big ships, sometimes if you're running without heat sinks, you're going to do specialized, where you do what we call hot bank, where as you bank, you're taking some heat and you're going above 100, but you're not doing enough to do damage, because to clarify for everybody, you only start to malfunction a module below 80%. So most of the time, depending on the modules, if you keep them above 80, it just, the damage, module damage just kind of doesn't matter above 80. So any disagreement with any of that I just said?
Lasers don't follow that rule. They malfunction after 98.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah.
Never noticed. Okay. I'm glad I asked then. Great. Love that I learned something new about this game every damn day too. So that was the first, that was back, March of 2017. So going on 4 years now. What do you, should I play the other one, or should we talk about the other video you sent? The DPS video?
The other one's pretty good.
Okay.
It's a good showcase of pretty much my signature gunship build that I used.
Okay.
Back when I used to use it.
So tell us about, let me just bring it up real quick and I'll play the video again while we're chatting about it. There we go. So tell us a little bit about this build.
Okay, so this was after I think most people here will remember the purge for the 5-for-1 engineering exploit. They purged everyone's modules. That was an old method people used to use to cheat to get the engineering, grade 5 engineering.
Yep. Let me just briefly, the brief history of that, guys, is for a while there was a quote-unquote bug where you could roll grade 5 upgrades using only grade 1 mats. Frontier learned about it. And this is kind of one of the reasons I say when something's an exploit, only Frontier defines it as such. And they did. They went on the forums, were like, hey, this is, anybody caught doing this is going to lose all their engineered modules. And a lot of people lost all their engineered modules, right? In the purge, right? So just a little history there.
Yeah, so this video was the day after the purge.
Okay.
Where everyone assumed that everyone in SDC is a cheater, so they must have lost all their ships. So I went to the community goal in my gunship, and I got a lot more fights that day than I'd ever gotten.
Because everybody assumed you were going to be easy prey.
For me.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha.
All the lower tier PvPers thought, oh, finally we can dominate the CG, and then they pull the gunship and they try and have a go, and it's So is
this an unengineered build that we're looking at then, or is this?
No, this is full engineered.
Okay,
I was stuck, but I wasn't.
Gotcha.
So this is pretty much my favorite gunship build. It's the well, arguably the most fun one available. It's
Mhm.
7 multi-cannons, just all fixed.
Yep.
There's not really much else to it. It's just
Sure.
the damage per second. Damage per second out of this thing is, well, arguably some of the best you can get out of a medium ship, excluding some of the more broken combinations these days
Sure.
with thermal contra plasmas.
Sure.
But
Sure.
yeah, damage per energy wise, exploiting this thing's class 7 distributor, I think this is arguably the best damage per second build you can get out of the gunship.
Yeah, and I would say
Frags.
that just to point out one of the, some of the positives of the gunship too is, right, as you just pointed out, Renzo, that class 7 distributor, you do get that on the Python crate and both crates, right? But that is, and for the Pythons and Python and crates, that's one of their big strengths, right? That giant distributor for a medium class ship is fantastic, especially when you're using, such low yield weapons like like these multi-cannons, right? I mean, in terms of distro draw, right? And I'm assuming, but don't let me, are these all overcharged? So maybe one corrosive?
These are all overcharged.
Excuse me, all overcharged, one corrosive, the rest are incendiary.
The large is corrosive, and
Okay.
the rest of them are all autoloaders.
Autoloaders, okay, gotcha.
So if you look at the ammo counts, you'll notice.
Oh,
it
yes, you're
ticks
right.
down
You're right.
really
You're right.
quickly.
Yeah, I can see it now. I just wasn't paying that close attention.
We had a back in SDC when we all used to run dropships and gunships just for the fun of it.
Mhm.
We had a really big spreadsheet where we calced the effective DPS of all the multi-cannon effects, and all the autoloaders just pulled really far ahead of everything else.
Gotcha. Right.
Actually, I think in this video, I was running rapid fire on the enforcers for some reason, and one of the drawbacks is that they run out of ammo really quickly normally. So this just amplified that.
And just quickly for other new folks, enforcer cannons are a power play module from not Hudson. Who does Denton Petraeus? Pranav, thank you.
It's from
Yeah, and I say this all the time when I bring up power play weapons. If you are not pledged to power play to somebody, pledge right now. Pledge next time you're in game. You are just wasting time. There's no real negative to it. In fact, I have a video that discusses the minor negatives. It's very easy to earn merits. There's 12 modules. It takes a month to earn each one of them, so it literally takes a year. If you're not pledged, you're just wasting that time. If you aren't sure what to do, the simple way I put it is if you have over 500 million credits, pledge to Ashleen Duvall. She's the blue-headed hot chick. Pledge to her because she gives prismatics. If you don't have that many credits, pledge to. There's a lot of different ones. I like Leon Reed because pack-on missiles for non-PvP. Pack-ons are a ton of fun, but there's a lot of great modules. Enforcer cannons are a class 1 fixed multi-cannon. And they're somehow better than their numbers. I swear to God, I love the enforcer cannons, right? And there's a mix. They're all the weapons are fixed. They mix from small, medium, and large classes. But like for the enforcers, it's just a small fixed, right? Pacifiers are a large fixed frag. There's a bunch of them that are fantastic. There's a few that suck. Retributor beams, pulse disruptors. Don't even ever bother, but a lot of the others are very, very good. So if you're not pledged, pledge. It's right on your right panel. In fact, hold on real quick. I will show you right where it is because it's very easy. Just real quick, get into your ship, galactic powers, pick the power. Like if we pick a little waifu girl here, pick her at the very bottom. I'm pledged, which is why it says defect, but it will probably say pledge. Bam, select that and then wait. Like for example, I've been doing Leon Ree just because I've done them all now and our power play faction is, our BGS faction is Leon Ree. And I've been for 5 weeks now. So if I do merits this week, when it ticks over on Thursday morning, I'll be able to buy pack outs. So please stop wasting time. Okay, so back to the gunship. I guess let's now talk a little bit. And River, feel free to jump. In fact, before we do that, River, why don't you let me get the build? Did you, or should I use the build that Lego sent, which I think is kind of the same one? Lego, is that the one, or River, do you have a build that I would post for the one we're mostly going to discuss today?
I don't have a link to it, but it's the one we talked about earlier today.
Yeah, okay. So, and I just sent you a link to the link I'm going to put out right now, and I'm going to call this the old meta build. So this is something that Rivertide and some other commanders, but Rivertide mainly worked out, and essentially it's what basically I'm flying right now. And so it's essentially five. So nice thing about the gunship is you have 7 hard points. You've got a large, 4 mediums, and 2 smalls. So few ships rival that many. Let's see what else has got. I know the Type 10's got 9. Like the Vet. There's some others that have 9. There's nothing in medium class that has that many hard points, right? Is there something I'm forgetting?
The Challenger.
That's right. The Challenger does, but the Challenger is 3 small, 3 medium, 1 large, right? So
Yeah.
it's 1 medium to a small change in the Challenger. That's right. And so. So it's great to have that much firepower or that many available hard points, because it is nice to have that many available experimental effects, right? When we were talking about Cascade Rail and Corrosive, Incendiary, things like that, being able to have a nice selection of those is great. So this build is, just show you the fire groups. So we've got 5 PAs. They're all efficient. And I think, Lego, in your build, what's on them for experimentals? Do you remember? The link that you sent me, the one we're talking about. I guess I could look at it. Is it all TC? Because that's not what yeah, it is all TC. No, target lock breaker, and it just broke. Okay, so it's 3 target lock, or it's a target lock breaker, which breaks target lock, and a missive, which lights up the target, makes it easier to target if somebody's silent running. And then it's 3 thermal conduit. Thermal conduit, when you're above 100% heat, it adds 60% damage to a PA. So it's a hugely powerful effect, and it is basically the new meta. Now, I don't think this is what folks were running back in the day. Is that right? I don't think TC was really the meta back then. Am I wrong about that?
No, you're correct. TC wasn't used then.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Garbage.
Yeah, so TC, and I think if I remember right, back then, it was because below 100%, you would lose significant damage, and you only got the buff above 100. Is that right?
Yes, and also the heat bug was a thing.
That's
so
right.
if you went over
That's
100,
right.
it was insta-kill.
That's right. Your target would insta-die, right? That's what we're saying, right?
Well, no, so if with
No.
the heat bug, if there were more than like 2 or 3 people in the instance, if you went over 100 for more than a couple of seconds, all of your modules would kick
That's
off.
right. That's right. Okay, thank you. Right.
Yeah,
And
'cause
so,
it increased
but
with the
yeah,
population.
like they changed that. They changed things like the thermal vent on, say, beam lasers. That used to be if you weren't striking your target, you would generate heat and only lose heat if you were striking the target. And fortunately, that's been fixed as well. So it's just no negative if you don't hit something, and then you get the thermal vent if you do hit something. And so then on the other two, like I said, target lock breaker and dispersal. Then we've got a small railgun with Cascade, like Rensler was saying earlier, really critical weapon, specifically in PvP. And then a seeker rack, and this one's high cap with, well, it should be high cap what? Drag? Yeah, drag. And so drag munitions essentially removes all pips out of engines for the target for 10 seconds. Is that right, guys? Does anybody remember?
I think, does it
It
depend on
scales
the
with
hard
the
point
amount of
size?
damage you do, I believe.
I think it depends on the hard point size.
Okay, fair enough. But it removes pips from engines, which, when you're getting hit by it, is extremely frustrating, depending on the build you're running and to kill your maneuverability like that. Now, one of the things that is problematical about this build today, and where for organized PvP it would be banned, is the use of the seeker rack. So a small one, and just to be clear, the size of the rack doesn't affect the damage or the missile. It just affects how much ammo you have, right? So a high cap small is either the same or close to a medium, and again, there's no difference there. So the problem with missiles is kind of the whole problem around hull tanks right now, and one of the main reasons I find the gunship not to be viable anymore is because once your shields drop, earlier I was fucking around with this just at the nav beacon, I'm shooting a few things, being lazy, my shields drop, and all of a sudden the NPCs start nuking me with missiles, and a few seconds later all my weapons are malfunctioning. And that's the problem. It takes no skill. There's no sub-targeting. Specifically, pack-hounds are even worse about this. And they're all so OP that it just makes fights not fun, right? Because if you're in a hull tank, I can drop your shields and I've got a pack-hound or a missile rack, the fight's gonna be over pretty quickly, and not in a fun like you beat me with skill way, but just okay, well, you used a lame ass weapon that in the game is broken right now because hull tanks are so broken. I saw somebody, maybe you guys have some thoughts. I saw somebody in the chat very, very early on, forgive me for not remembering who it was, make the comment that, like, or maybe ask the question, how would you fix hull tanks? And so let me put that to everybody, just so we don't have a big cacophony. Rinsler, any thoughts? I mean, I know you haven't played a ton for a while, but you've still got the knowledge.
I think there are several different key areas, like different mechanics that sort of have put hull tanks in a bad spot right now. It's just the fact that shields are so strong has sort of made hull irrelevant. Like especially engineering, how shields have multiplicatively become better, and you add on top of that the 2.38 times resistance with pips that you don't get with hull, and that sort of just makes hull a really disadvantageous way of tanking damage. On top of that, kind of like what missiles have sort of shown, the module damage on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
If you choose to hull tank rather than shield tank, then anytime anyone strikes your hull, they also, are damaging all your weapons, or they're using super pen and damaging your plant and things like that. And like people will argue that like module reinforcement packages sort of help with that, but only to a small degree, and you have to sacrifice your actual hull points to reinforce your modules, which doesn't really, well, the trade-off usually isn't really worth it. You may as well just run shields at that point. To sort of make hull tanks better, I would probably change Seekers to the way they used to be. Either that or massively buff their intended countermeasures.
Yeah.
So point defense right now, which isn't really effective because it has way too much jitter and it doesn't fire much before it has to reload.
And it's not going to take down pack hounds at all, point defense.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So, well, what we were thinking about, like, this is back in the day where we tried to think about how we could balance things like this. We thought about changing point defense to like a laser kind of weapon that takes energy out of the system's capacitor. So it's like a little laser point defense that massively drains your capacitor. So if someone wants to hit a pack hounds at you, then the point defense goes nuts and it just drains your system capacitor, kind of thing.
You made a comment, if I can ask, Rinsler, you made a comment just a second ago about the way missiles used to be.
Yep.
Can you? Oh shit! I just realized my Twitch stream says I'm playing Cyberpunk. Let me check. No, somebody just said that, by the way, just quickly. I'm not seeing that on my end. Zenoria, can you check that again?
It does say that for me.
Does
That's
it?
really dangerous for me.
That's consistent. Nice.
Yeah, let me
Now
just.
it says Elite. It used to say Cyberpunk.
Interesting. I opened edit and it said Elite, and I hit close. Maybe that, if you guys can refresh and double check. Sorry about that, everybody. So anyway, sorry. Yeah, and Rinsler, I don't even know that I heard your answer because of that. I apologize. So say again for me, at least, how, when you said they used to be, what did you mean by that?
Right, so missiles they didn't used to damage external modules at all. They
okay.
Just applied damage based on your explosive resist and the damage of the weapon, pretty much.
Yeah, and it was just your typical calculated damage, like in terms of in terms of hull, stuff like that, not specifically to modules and specifically to external and the weapons. Yeah, okay. I agree, right? I think that was the biggest. Yeah, I think that was because I remember a time, and we haven't gotten to fighters yet either, but I remember a time when Seekers were not banned, right? I mean, they, and I think it's one thing if Seekers are such a way that you have to sub-target a weapon and then get the shot on it, right? Because, if you lose lock, I mean, there's ways to counter that. But when it's literally, I can just lock you, your shields drop, and I start spamming missiles at you. I mean, we'll demonstrate this here in a second. Is just makes it worthless, right? So yeah, I think so. I guess the question is it a nerf to weapons like missiles, or a buff to hull, or both? Right?
I'm not sure. We sort of looked at it in different ways. Like different people were sort of arguing for different points. Like some people wanted countermeasures to be buffed, other people wanted missiles to be nerfed, things like that. And we sort of came to the consensus where you had to buff, had to change one or two things, but you couldn't change everything. So you couldn't buff hull, buff countermeasures, and then also nerf missiles at the same time, kind of thing. So I reckon keeping them as a threat, but also massively buffing countermeasures would be probably the best way of going about it.
Yeah.
In addition to that,
Sorry, you go.
yeah, in addition to that, the main thing that I typically go to is making them more difficult to lock and land. Because with torpedoes, they're rewarding if you can land them. Now, like, the torpedoes are stupid in the way that they're difficult to land. But if like, say, missiles had like a G limit, so they'd only turn so hard, or if it was more difficult to acquire the lock, or if you could break the lock by going cold once they're locked on.
Sure.
Um,
Yeah, that last
that-
thing you said has always been something that bugged me. That
That'd make it a lot more
yeah, I mean, it seems
interesting.
like if a missile's locked me and is inbound, and I go cold, it should lose lock. I mean, that's always bugged me that was not a counter to missiles, right? So
On top of that, like when I was first new to the game, first thing that surprised me was that chaff doesn't do anything to missiles.
right too.
Like I fitted chaff and I thought, oh yeah, when people launch missiles, I'll be fine. And then I learned that they don't do anything. It's like,
Yep.
what game is this?
Yep. River, any thoughts on top of that? And why don't you guys just quickly, River and Rinsler, and where should, like, for the folks that are in system, and by the way, guys, please, everybody's welcome to come join us. Let me post just quickly the system and station we're in. The idea is please show up in a gunship. It doesn't matter if it's engineered. It does not matter, right? In fact, why don't I'll head to Lounge Port. Let's do that. And we'll all meet outside Lounge Port. And what we'll do is we'll do this kind of we'll hear it in a little bit. We'll do this Sidewinder Slaughter style, meaning everybody's just going to come out and we're just going to have a big melee death match for fun. And so make sure you got rebuy and stuff. And then at the very end, I figure as a little celebration send off to the gunship, we'll fire chaff and do a big self-destruct. I haven't done a fireworks thing in a while. So if you want to join us, grab a gunship, come to Lounge Port. We're in Anarchy Space, so no worries on anything like that. Should we drop at the... we usually do Sidey Slaughter at the station instance. Should we do that, or should we come out to Super Cruise, guys? Thoughts, anybody?
Station.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm saying.
Station,
Okay.
Station would be easier to
That's what I was
instance.
Station will be
And I
fine.
think that way too, if respawn, we're all going to be just right there, right? So I'm going to just quickly land at Lounge because I don't want to respawn on my carrier. So again, if you want to come join us, please jump into Lounge. We'll probably do that here in about 10 or 15 minutes, so you get a little time to get here. So again, like I said, we're in open. Everybody's welcome to come join us, so please do. So let's see where were we and what next about the gunship? Should we just start
Talking
shooting
about-
at people?
2 points.
Should we
we gotta
demonstrate?
talk about the fighter.
Thank you, Lego. Yes, that is what I meant to mention was the fighters. Actually, let me get landed while I'm doing that. So fighters. So unfortunately it hasn't been long that fighters have been broken. It's been what, 2 years?
Not
that-
long, but I have.
Is that about right? There's been
Not
about 2
long,
years since they've been. I mean, I'm serious. Actually, has it been more?
They've
It's been more than
well,
a
they've been
year, hasn't
broken
it?
as long as they've been in the game.
I mean, I guess broken in terms of the current break and instancing, right?
Yes.
So the problem is, and I think this has literally been going on for a couple years now, it's certainly been a year, if, and we can kind of demonstrate this too, if you use a fighter flown by an NPC, and that's key, if it's flown by a human, it's fine, but if it's a fighter flown by an NPC, it will fuck up the entire instance for everybody and add lag to the entire instance. So doesn't matter what you're doing in the instance, all of a sudden everybody will start jumping here and there, NPCs will start jumping around. Doesn't matter if you're engaged in PvP, whatever. If you go to a conflict zone, if you go to a res, you've got a buddy, one of you deploys a fighter, you're going to fuck over the other one. So, unfortunately, fighters aren't usable in any sort of PvP unless you're actively trying to fuck it up for somebody, which you're clearly demonstrating you're doing that on purpose by running a fighter. You can't run a fighter, unfortunately. And it used to be great, and it used to be one of the strengths of the gunship, because I can use the fighter essentially as another hard point to keep damage on someone, to slow their shield regeneration. I mean, there's lots of reasons why it's a big benefit, right? And it's unfortunate that that's another major part of the game we don't get to play. Kind of like with, I got you, Pelly. Kind of like, the pulse wave scanner right now that we don't get to use, right? and
Why,
haven't
what's
been
wrong
able
with
to
that?
use. Oh, it's been broken
That's
for
broken?
it's been broken for 14 weeks. Not long, just 14 weeks.
Oh right.
Yeah. It when you
How about
when
that?
you when you fire the pulse wave scanner, it scans behind you. If you literally get into your third person camera and fly backwards, you can use it. But that's it. And this is at the time when they nerfed all the pay to everything to mining. And the only thing that pays good in mining right now is deep core mining, which you can't do because the pulse wave scanner's been broken for 14 weeks.
Did they acknowledge
But
it
it's
was
been
broken?
it's been a priority for I think the first time we heard it was a priority was 2 months ago. So either I call bullshit, it's clearly not someone's priority, or if it is somebody's priority, is this incompetence or apathy? I mean, right? Like, how can something be broken for a quarter of a year in a company's product, and it just is how it is. All of us are convinced that, and I say all of us, the creator guys, are all convinced they're just waiting to release some some patch for it in Odyssey. That why go back and work on the old code now? We'll just wait and fix it in Odyssey. So, sorry if you can't tell. This is a big pet peeve of mine right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
So,
just
One thing-
Frontier being Frontier.
One thing I do want
Yes.
to mention about the gunship as well, and a lot of other armor ships, one thing that makes them weak with their fighters that's supposed to make them strong is it reduces the amount of armor they can fit. So it's just another
That's
one of
true.
those things you've
That's-
got to fit that reduces your hit points.
That's right. That's right. In this one, I'm using a class 6 fighter. So there I could have put things like a cell bank. I could have put, it's unfortunate that module and hull, actually it's probably good, but hull and module reinforcement stop at class 5. Always a bummer to put a class 5 module in a class 6 slot, but right now I did put a fighter on board just so we could kind of show this. Actually, I should go get an NPC now that I'm thinking about it. But actually I'll have one of you guys show it. Yeah, it does take that up. And if you are, if you're bounty hunting by yourself, if you're the solo type and you're just going to play by yourself, great. Bring a fighter, right? I mean, they're kind of fun to use and stuff, right? But yeah, for anything else, unfortunately, you got to leave it at home. Does anybody in this instance right now have a fighter? Did Blaze bring one? Rinsler or River, do you guys have one?
I don't have one.
Pelly, you didn't bring one either,
I don't
did
have
you?
one.
I don't have my pilot on board.
Okay, I tell you what. Let me go get.
Nah,
I'll
sorry.
I'll demonstrate. Let me go get a pilot for mine, and and we'll show this while we're talking. The build I was running before I put this together, and I think was it Pelkey that gave me this, or shit? You guys are probably no, it wasn't Pelkey. It was who am I thinking of? Shit, you guys might think in a second. It's an all rapid pulse laser build, phasing, with
I
a.
believe that's,
Was it Pelkey?
I believe so.
Okay. And that one I've kind of enjoyed. I've actually started to really enjoy rapid fire pulse lasers recently, because those that don't know, you get a distro draw decrease with rapid pulse, which are already pretty low distro draw. So I find them to be a ton of fun. But let me grab a fighter, and then if everybody will start to gather and meet me out front. If you're here at the station, if you arrive and you're not seeing us and you're not instancing, we'll try to get you in a wing. If you're in the Discord, I'm watching the live streaming text channel that's kind of toward the bottom of the Discord. So if you're not getting an instance, if you need a hand or something like that, post in there and we'll try to get you a hand to get you in the instance. It's usually an issue when we do Sidewinder Slaughter that somebody can't instance. So, okay, she's be my new pilot. Go. Here we go. Rinsler, did you hear that they changed it so if you lose an NPC pilot, you can rebuy your NPC pilot now?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's
So you
like half the Frontier Forums content removed now.
Yep. That was a while back, like a year ago, guys. It's been that long. It's been a while since they changed that.
It's about time, though.
Oh, I agree. I agree. That was a smart change. But yes, now we can't hear everybody crying that they lost their NPC, right? Okay, so let me get a little distance from. I think you can't deploy inside the no fire zone, can you? Now, yeah. Let me get outside the no fire zone. Why don't we talk a little bit about, since there's a couple experts in FA off, and I'm certainly not, about FA off and the gunship. Would you say that one of the things I think I like about it and something like the Challenger that are kind of slower and clumsier like this is, I would maybe argue it's a little easier FA off because it's not as twitchy. Thoughts?
They're very stable.
Yep, I would agree.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you don't run into the problem of overcorrecting too much in a gunship.
Yeah. I think
100%
that's
the dropship and gunship have the most comfortable flight model in FA off.
Yeah, it's definitely a good place to start if you're not solid on your FA off control yet. You know, something like an FDL can be difficult to control when there's a big difference between the neutral flight model and the boost flight model.
Sure.
So when you're just starting out, I think, you know, it might be helpful to do like gunship, Challenger, dropship, something
Sure.
like that, or you know,
Sure.
even a chieftain or a fast, something that's consistent at the very least.
I mean, exactly what Ligo said there. When I started out flying full FA off, it was in a gunship because it's easy to learn all the principles in this thing.
Yeah. And so
And then once you, yeah,
go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, I was gonna say once you build that skill set up, you can move up to something like a Fertilance that'll really let you take advantage of.
By the way,
FAF
guys,
once you're comfortable controlling
just a
in
quick
it.
thing for those here in the instance, please, for now, at least don't kill my fighter. I'm so far not seeing much stutter, but I think that's I just haven't.
Oh, that's
yet.
because the person with the fighter
Well,
out
yeah.
Doesn't?
any
Okay,
stutter.
okay,
You
that's
won't
what I
see
was
it on your end.
wondering.
It'll be for everybody
Okay,
else.
okay. So
Yeah,
I
like you're
really, I really should have had
Sorry,
one of
but-
you guys bring the fighter.
Yeah,
And
why
so,
don't you stow it and have somebody else pop one out?
if somebody else has got one, Pelly, let me stop shooting you, Pelly, and go get one.
I just enjoy the fact that
And
you're
now
already
somebody can
lagging.
kill it. Now somebody can kill it.
Hilarious.
Yeah, okay. So somebody kill the fighter. I'm sure somebody's dying to kill it. Oh, wrong button. And so, yeah, for me...
It gets even worse if you start issuing it a whole bunch of orders.
Well, and
So if you
like
really want to
at
drive
first,
it home.
I did, like I've got I'm spamming orders to it right now, right? And so we'll let Pelly do that here in just a second. And that's honestly what we would call a common shitter tactic, right? You want to fuck up an instance, here's the way to do it, sadly.
Right. It's also just an exploit.
Yeah, no, I would agree that, right? And so Pelly, I was going to look. Let me look real quick. Pelly, did I do any module damage to those couple? Yeah. Look, so I fired 2 missiles at him, no sub targeting, no nothing. His chaff's already at 56%. A couple of his boosters have got damage. His railguns have got damage. All his weapons have damage. I mean, look at that. One of his PAs is at 79%. Like I hit him with 2 missiles. That's it.
They take a lot of skill to use too.
Exactly. Took none.
So that's the thing. Compared to
Right.
how they used to be like small damage, but it was guaranteed damage. That's the way they were balanced. Like if there's a small fast ship on the field, then you can chip away at it with missiles, which are small amounts of damage, but at least it's guaranteed. Compared to weapons that are the slower PAs from back in the day, where it was huge damage, but it was very hard to land and costly for your distributor and heat. It's just the buff to missiles that they got in the engineering patch just sort of completely broke that balance.
Yep.
Was originally there.
Yep. And personally, I'm somebody that actually really enjoys missiles. Like, I just like them from the immersion gameplay aesthetic. I think they look cool. I love the sound effects of the locking. I mean, the whole thing. So it's very disappointing to not be able to look at them like this, right? With the pack hounds even more, right? Those are great. Whoops. Sorry, guys. Just clearing my chat. I just got a big message from somebody, not the time to read it. And so the it's a shame, right, that both of those just basically can't be used. Pelly, tell me when you're back out here and have
I'm already 5 kilometers away from
okay. I didn't see you come past. Yeah, there you go. And this time, Pelly, why don't you drop wing, if you don't mind? Because I could retarget you real easily because of the wing. I wanted to just show everybody kind of how target light breaker, the effect of that, and then the fact that I couldn't target you because of that. So let me get over next to him. Okay, yeah, there you go. Perfect. Yeah, so you see how long it takes a missile to lock. And then if Pelly hits me with target lock breaker, and there it comes. Bam. So now I've got to relock him, wait for the lock again. You know, and again, it would be one thing if you'll see my sub-target, if I had to go through and now pick a sub-target, because now hit me again, Pelly, because if then I'm going through and okay, there's his railgun and bam, I've lost my targeting again, right? So that would, you know, that can be a defense against it, but certainly not enough, right? So, okay, you got your fighter out now, Pelly?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, spam that guy, and let's, whoever's here, let's all get Pelly. Again, if you'd like to come join us for a little bit of this fun, we're just going to do a little PvP melee. So, yeah, anybody here? We'll start by trying to kill Pelly, and then we'll kill everybody. And this is a 2-booster. Both are resistance augmented, with the idea being that you get the fastest regen possible. Oh, how I suck with PAs.
I am de-instanced from Pelly, so sad.
Oh, hey, Gazarian, how's it going, buddy?
What up?
And to be fair, X,
shitty shot.
the gunship doesn't really have the laterals to really take advantage of PAs, so you're gonna,
Okay.
you know, they benefit from being able to really vector into your reticle. So
Yeah,
something that doesn't move quite as well.
Sure.
Yeah, that also includes like stuff like the crates and stuff that have a weak boost. They just don't they don't function as well.
I'm
with
almost
PAs.
dead now. There you go, Pelly.
I am winner.
This is-
Fucking L.
I think that is my hull lower than I think it is. I was expecting
Bit
to
of a
have
loose
stronger
situation as
than
well
that.
in that regard, because it doesn't have the laterals or the verticals to sort of take advantage of PAs and sort of line up the reticle in like close range fights like that. But it also doesn't have the laterals to dodge PAs either.
Right,
Which
so
means
it's generally pretty easy.
In the
to-
meta, you can't hit people, and also you can't dodge being hit.
Yeah.
Which
gotcha.
is where the drag seekers come in, at least against unskilled opponents.
Yeah.
Because, you know, against somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, that'll mess them up. But it won't work most of the time.
Yeah, gotcha. All right, I'm coming back out, guys. And I think it, just realized it outfits your fighter, but it doesn't give you, like, I don't think I have my crew anymore because I didn't put them back on. So you get your fighter back, but you don't necessarily get the, you have to go in and reassign them, I think, if they die. So again, Anarchy Space, if you guys want to come join, and everybody that's out here, as you're fighting, try to come back toward the station a bit, because you guys are like 15, 20 clicks out. Just take a while to get back there, but...
Rins might be stealing the fucking kill. Okay.
Did we get Pelly yet?
Nope.
Oh, there's his fighter.
You don't get Pelly. That's not how this works.
Pelly is definitely one of the better pilots these days.
Love
Ah,
that.
there. Okay, now I'm starting to see the fighter jump around because I'm trying to hit it with a rail. Oh my god, my rail aim. There we go. Oh, okay. Like everybody just saw that jump. That's what we're talking about with fighters, and it'll do it. Are you guys seeing it with other ships as well?
So it'll get progressively worse as time goes on.
Yep.
God, I
Just a little
fucking
jump
hate
there.
flying this thing. This is AIDS.
If you turn your bandwidth meter on, you'll also notice that the received packets
Mhm.
gradually start to massively outweigh the number of sent packets
Oh,
that you get.
interesting. I don't think
That's
that's
vital
Right,
needs.
that's how it works. It's it bottlenecks your connection.
And unfortunately, guys, because of the way I stream, you can't, because of my giant wide monitor, you can't see it in the bottom left, but he's right. Like right now, my send packets are in the 3,000 and receives are in the 30, 40, 50,000 range. So, I mean, the receive right now is literally 10 times what my send is. I don't know if that's, I can't say I've ever really paid attention just in normal flight, but yeah, I guess it's just sending those fighter commands so much that it's just destroying the netcode, basically, right? Which we all know how wonderful that is anyway. So as we're kind of just having fun here in the Gunship, why don't we now talk about, switch gears a little bit and talk about kind of maybe, I don't know if the right word is the replacement for the Gunship, or, you know, what would be a better choice, I guess, if you're going to go hull tank and you're specifically, I mean, not that you would do a hull tanked FDL, I mean, I guess you could, but, you know, something like a Mamba or a FDL that's traditionally, you know, prismatic build, what would you run if you did want to run something hull based? What would you guys recommend? I mean, I know I have my thought.
Chieftain.
Challenger. If you just want like lots and lots of hard points, Challenger.
Okay.
Like if you think about, there's once you take fighters out of the equation, there's nothing the Gunship does that the Challenger doesn't do better.
And the
Challenger,
Crusader is the one that has the fighter bay in of the alliance ships, right?
Yeah.
Am I remembering right?
I'd say the Crusader's even better.
And do you like the
Yeah, it's kind of
Crusader
like-
and Challenger over the Chieftain?
I think they're good for different things. I think I really like my Chieftain, but there are things that the Challenger does that the Chieftain can't. So
Okay,
it's just pretty much just the hard points. Like you said before, the Challenger is also the other medium ship that has 7 hard points, which is
Dude, this is fucking horde mode. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like I said, it's Sidey Slaughter and Gunships, and yeah, now you're really starting to jump around.
Dude, this. I feel so skillful right now, Commander. It's, dude, this is proves
And-
how good I am at this game.
And Pelly, is your fighter still out?
Yeah, I have a class 6 fighter bay.
No, okay.
Yes,
So I was just wondering if you still
you-
had one out, and that, like, in other words, if your fighter dies now, will that fix? Will it go back to normal, or once you've deployed a fighter, does it just fuck it for good?
It will fix once you stow it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, and you know, whoever said, I think it was River, maybe that, or can't remember whose voice I heard say Chieftain right away. That's certainly my favorite of the hull tank ships and of the alliance ships. I tend to not like the Crusader since it flies like the gunship, yeah, I just haven't flown the Challenger much. You know, to kind of say.
It does tend to be between the Chieftain and the Crusader. The Chieftain probably is going to be the better ship for wing fights because it's got, you know, slightly better mobility. The Challenger arguably is a little better for 1v1s because you can turret and dump DPS. But I mean, it's probably close between the two.
And is the Challenger?
Overall.
Am I remembering? Is the Challenger the one large 3 medium?
1 large, 3 medium, and 3 small.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Since they all have 3 smalls. Okay, who's behind me? Oh, that's you, Pelly. It's like somebody behind me is just picking at me while I'm chasing Gozerian down. Actually, Gozerian and I got to meet each other last night. He came by to pick up a hard drive from me.
They hooked up.
Yeah, well, no,
Oh, yeah.
let's be clear.
Sorry, I didn't mean to out you guys. Just thought it was cute.
We've been God Exigeous.
But to say, Gozerian's obviously looking for the. I know a cougar's an older woman. Is there a term for an older guy? I mean, is there actually? Now that I think about that,
I
there
don't
has to be
know.
a male equivalent of cougar. Is there? But,
Creepo?
yeah, that's a good one, right? Stalker.
Weird, it doesn't go both ways.
Yeah, it
vultures
is kind
are
of,
so
isn't it?
Tiny.
Right. One of the things I just felt is my canopy start to crack. What is the canopy strength like on the gunship? Is it better
Not
than
great.
the alliance ships?
Not a
All
good-
ships have the same canopy strength.
Right, but the hitbox.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. Right.
How likely are you to lose it?
So again, let me post the system and station we're in. So if folks want to come, we'll have some Silver Fox. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Somebody in Twitch chat said that Silver Fox. Silver Fox. Yeah, I guess that would be it, right? I guess I was thinking Silver Fox. I'm certainly not silver-headed yet. I'm not that damn old. You know, would be a guy in his like 50s or 60s, sure. So yeah, maybe that is the equivalent. So yeah, why don't I'll get back out, and then why don't we just do? I guess it's free for all time. Make sure I instance with you guys. Is there anybody that's trying to get here that is not in the instance? Good answer. And again, welcome
Half
everybody.
my
Thanks
weapons
for.
have been gone for this entire fucking time.
Yeah, have they?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
The fucking pack hound gunship just like deleted half my guns immediately. Because seekers are so
Sorry.
fair and balanced.
Yep. Yep.
Sorry.
You know what? I just thought what I should do is run to my carrier and grab 4 pack-hound racks. Show everybody why pack-hounds are completely broken. Yeah, maybe we should have just titled this, you know, the like balancing issues and broken shit in the game. Since that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, I've got 5 on this thing.
And again, as you guys die or think about the fight, try to come back a little closer to the station if at all possible, just so we don't have to go forever for once people die. Although it's not like that's happening much. Who's out here? Just me, Pelly, Rinsler, Gozerian? Rivertide?
And Rivertide.
Okay. I thought there was one other that I saw, but again, anybody that wants to come join, please do. I don't know. Do you guys, one of the things I'll do is when I've got a railgun specifically, I like to sub-target. I just like pick the first sub-target. I don't care what it is, just so I get another little tiny reticle on the ship to help aim better. Do you guys do that?
Yep.
Okay.
Good idea.
You can.
God.
So let's look through Pelly's weapons.
Lovely seeker.
Your well, 2 of your boosters are gone. Railgun gone, railgun gone, PA almost gone, almost gone, almost gone. Yeah, both the rails are out, but your PAs are almost left. Let's damage the let's go for the. So let's see if that actually does any damage to that PA. No, it actually didn't.
What if you use
Yeah, I
stealthy?
turned away, said it wouldn't do anything.
Okay. So you there come the pack hounds. Look at that. Oh, I love pack hounds.
Holy shit.
They're just so cool looking. The first time I ever got ganked was by Tony Curtis, and he hit me with an FDL with 4 pack-hound racks on it. I didn't even know what pack-hounds were at the time, and I remember DMing him afterwards and being like, oh my god, what was that? How do I get those? Right? Those are so cool. Who is firing them? Comet? Has Comet got them?
Yeah.
Yes, and he brought 4 of them.
And he's
Well
dead.
done. Nice. Nice.
9% in a dream, fuckers.
Love it. 9% in a dream. How many? What? Yeah. Your PAs have got to just be malfunctioning. All right, one of them's completely gone now.
2 of them are gone now.
Okay.
My railguns have been gone since fucking day 1.
Yeah, I saw that. And you're like, I can't hit you with PAs anyway. And oh my god, now you're like completely unhittable. You're moving around so much.
Dude, this is like skill right now. Like, I swear the fighters been fixed. Fighters were fixed.
Oh
yeah.
I'm gonna say, how many times have we been told that actually?
3.
Yeah. Okay.
3.
I knew it was several.
The other great irony of the bug is that it wasn't there at first when fighters first came out.
Right. Well, I mean, it's like so many other things in Elite that it works perfectly, right, for a while or when it launches, and then it breaks, and it's just, you know, like, who cares? Just, oh well. I mean, I can remember times, like, you know, the number of times this has happened where something breaks and they just leave it broken. Like, I remember for the longest time, things like exquisite focus crystals didn't exist in the game for like 4 months once. Right? Like, you could not engineer grade 5 distributors because they just didn't exist, period. Because you can only get them by, wow, now you're just terribly like, okay, don't deploy a fighter anymore, Pelly, so we can actually have some fun.
Oh, hey, let's kill this Conda.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, no, that's a Torval shield. There we go. All right, everybody get Supreme. Hey, Supreme, by the way, I think I saw Supreme in chat on YouTube. Woo, that's a quick call.
You done fucked up.
That's a quick call.
Boom there.
Oh, I think I rammed
Rip.
him. Oh, let me get spun around so I see the explosion. There we go. Boom. Satisfying explosion. Nicely done.
I just realized that all of my PAs are now out of ammo.
Okay, out of ammo
I have
and
2
broken.
shots left in one of my mediums.
Nice. And they're the broken ones, probably.
I have no more ammo left.
Well, you know how to save.
Kill him.
All right,
Kill
time to
him
chat,
while
boys.
he's
Oh wait,
down.
the chat
Wow.
malfunctioned.
You just jumped 5 kilometers for me. or 2
This
kilometers.
is I am so good at this game. Like fighters don't cause lag at all. This is.
So yeah, is your
Hell yeah,
fighter still
to
out?
be-
Yeah, my fighter's
Oh,
still
okay.
out.
I guess
can't
I
even.
just haven't seen
I
it.
can't kill it. There we go. River's finally killed me.
There we go.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You just jumped in front of me on my screen there.
Oh my god.
I love seeing the fighter explode when you know, once it dies.
Alright, now I actually have guns now.
And so yeah, why don't we'll do just a little bit more of this, because unfortunately I can't stay on super long today. I've got some stuff I've got to do. And River, what are you running right now? Are you running the multi-cannon build, it seems?
Full multi. Oh shit! I lied. Not a full multi loadout. Multis with an APA.
With an APA. Okay, you know what? Why don't you briefly tell folks about the APA?
So the APA is a power play weapon from Dental Patreus, and it's a rapid fire plasma accelerator, basically. Does less damage per shot, but you can fire it a lot more. In theory, it can do more DPS, but in practice, you need a lot more time on target to get that, and it just doesn't happen. But it's got one thing, or rather, it had one thing going for it, and that was Target Lockbreaker.
That's right.
Target Lockbreaker it defocuses your target, removes your whatever you had targeted, it's gone. And an APA can rapid fire, so you can just keep breaking someone's lock forever and really piss them off. But of course, that got nerfed, and now it's got a cooldown, which is kind of fair, to be honest.
Yeah, because what is the cooldown on Target Lockbreak now? Like 5 seconds?
5
Yeah,
seconds.
Yeah, okay. I think that's good because, to your point, you would get a rapid fire APA or something, or just multiple PAs with it maybe, and you just get your target light break. I mean, it was too much if you ask me. Oh, I just saw that Rinsler's in his Vulture now. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm using phasing lasers trying to fight a whole tank. It's not ideal.
Are they rapid phasing?
Yeah, rapid phasing.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna head back near the station myself since we're pretty far out here. And
yeah, not what you bring to fight a whole tank.
No, yeah, absolutely right.
Hey, X,
Uh-huh.
I need a wing. I'm not
I
doing
gotcha.
this anymore.
I gotcha. There you go. Again, if there's anybody else
Fucking
that's
hate
having trouble getting in.
Such a bad ship.
Oh, I just saw somebody say that I didn't realize that T10s are on sale in Fiden for 72 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Given I own 15 T10s for storage, maybe I'll go swap them all out. I'll probably earn 1 billion credits just by swapping them. Okay, Gozerian.
What?
You're shooting at me. I'm shooting back.
I'm shooting at Rinsler.
Oh, I
Hello?
know. I see you shooting at him too. I'm going to come help him.
What?
Well, this is not, this is slaughter. This is not like be honorable.
This is unfair. Yeah, I don't care.
The Gunship stream.
Shh.
Well, it's gunship slaughter, right?
It's fine.
You
Don't
know.
worry about my ship. It's okay.
I know we wanted to have a special stream today, right? And celebrate, but I
God
thought
damn it, I'm
it
out of
would be
hammers.
fitting to celebrate in the gunship, right? Right, guys?
Damn right.
I guess we should do a quick, an F in chat for the gunship? Should we do an F for
F.
that? Oops, let me do local. I'm up for that. So we'll do this for just a little bit more, and then I thought what we'd do would be fun because I want to get some video for this for something else. Is everybody that's here, we'll all pop chaff together if you guys are up for this, and then if everybody's up for self-destructing, like right afterwards, I think that would make a cool video for later. I haven't done fireworks. In fact, I haven't scheduled it yet, but for New Year's Eve, I'm planning to do a stream for. We did this last year, all get it Jameson when the game ticks over to midnight and, fire off chaff and flak launchers and do some fireworks. So if folks are around at midnight, I hope some people are actually having, for my time zone, that's early in the day, but for you guys in UTC, I hope you have better things to do than play Elite at midnight. Okay, let's see. How are Gozerian's weapons? You haven't gotten hit by a missile yet, have you? Oh, yeah, you have.
No, please.
Oh, somebody else is shooting at me too. It's just so hard to be. Not that I'm great at evasion, but it is really hard to be evasive in this thing.
There's
It can't evade, it
not a
can't
lot you
tank.
can do. It's
Yeah, I mean,
a very-
at this point, do we agree that there is nothing the gunship does better than anything else? Would we all agree at that at this point?
yeah,
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
it's subpar in pretty much every respect.
Yeah.
Except for
I
having a fighter.
literally
Two
can't
fighters
see.
are broken.
Oh, I'm trying to get a lock on Gozerian. I didn't realize Pelly's behind me, just wrecking the shit out of me. I didn't even look down at my hull. There you go. Nice shot there. Good place. The best place, Arcthorn, to get an Anaconda cheap is head to. There's a station. There's a system called. Shit, what's the name of that system? The station you want is Hudson Orbital. But if you're going to go there, you can actually get a free Anaconda there, but you have to go in a medium or excuse me, you have to go in a large class ship and then swap it. So head to what's the name of the system that Hutton's in?
Alpha Centauri.
Alpha Centauri,
Yeah,
thank you.
Alpha
I kept wanting to say Epsilon Indy. So in Alpha Centauri, head to Hutton Orbital. Again, if you go in a large class ship, you can swap it for a free Anaconda. Please don't do that. I might be lying about the Anaconda because you can't go one free there.
You're not. It's true.
It's totally true.
But I don't know what I just said. So yeah, Hutton Orbital, that's where you want to get the Anaconda. Again, don't go to Hutton Orbital. There's no Anaconda there. It's just a large small pad in the middle of nowhere. What was that, Lego?
Nothing.
Oh, Aposto drug his ass
Completely
out of
true.
bed and came to join us. Morning, sleepyhead.
Greetings, commanders. No,
Morning.
that's not me. Hi, everybody.
Ark, what are you talking about? You know that line. Come on. You know, it's funny. Actually, in one of the first videos I did, it's about picking a home station. I made that joke at the end of the video, and I narrated it completely deadpan, seriously. And on screen, it's flashing, do not go here. This is a joke. It's only a medium pad. Dude, over the years, the number of comments I've seen from people that didn't watch the video, they just listened, and they flew all the way to Hutton. I'm like, oh, man. I feel kind of bad, but it's still pretty fucking funny.
So it looks like I lost the instance last time you guys shot me down.
Okay, so let's do this. So everybody that's out here, let's wait till let's get River dead, and then let's let everybody respawn, and we'll kind of start at full hulls, and then who was having trouble instancing?
River Tide, more
River-
like River Died.
About to die.
Yeah, I see River here, but no, somebody just spoke up that they couldn't get instance with us. Who was
It's
that?
Comet.
Comet. Okay, I tell you what, Comet. Let me think how to do this. Pelly, would you mind dropping wing one more time? Let me get Comet in, and then if we need to get you back in later, we can. This might be the last time we do this anyway, so. Thank you, sir. I see Nishimura's here now, and Supreme 81 is still here. Cassis, are you able to instance with us?
On my way to the station right now.
Okay, cool. I don't see you now, Comet. Are we not? Maybe we're not friends, Comet. And send me a. Actually, you're probably in my history. There you are.
I swear.
Send for. Okay, there. Grab that friend request, Comet, and I'll.
You can't go wrong with the gunship. It's the very best ship.
Yeah. So I tell you what, everybody that's out here, come back toward the station. We'll kind of form up around me, and then we'll call go, kind of like we do with Sidey Slaughter, and we'll see. Maybe we'll do a last man standing.
Does anybody have an all-turreted multi-cannon gunship?
Turreted?
Alternative multi-cannon. Cursed.
Right. Pelly, I see.
What?
Oh, that's Pelly. Okay, Comet.
Because then you can just fly evasive and do damage the whole time.
Okay, so Cassis, Nishimura, I think you're in instance with us. Cassis, if you have trouble instancing, just speak up, right? So again, come outside the station, just kind of right. I'm going to be right outside the mail slide, and if you don't see me, speak up, and we'll work it out, and then.
Oh yeah, you guys are definitely in a different instance.
Okay.
Actually,
Hold on, Cassis.
for the end, when you want to do like big explosion, does anybody have all pack hounds so they could just put
Yeah,
a bunch of
yeah,
pack
Comet-
hounds on the
Comet Blaze does.
Okay, good.
Right,
All
yeah, yeah.
'Cause that's
So,
awesome looking.
Yeah, agreed. So what we'll probably do for that shot is Comet. I might have you get, because I'm going to use third-person camera forward, obviously, is I'll have you get above me. I'm going to be the cameraman, so I won't be in it, but I'll have you above me so that I'm filming everybody, and then you can shoot the pack hounds right over my head and have them come in, right? I think that would be a cool shot.
Awesome.
Okay, so who are we missing? There's Blaze and Rinsler and Pelly. And let's see, River. Okay, there you are, River. So let's wait till we get Cassis and Comet in here. And is Nissimura still here? I think, was he in Discord?
I just killed him.
Okay, cool. Okay, I think I saw him in chat. That's where I saw him, not in Discord, right? So yeah, Nishimura, I'll try to watch chat. He just grabbed an engineer. That's great, right? Yep. So if you, like I said before, it's a little late now, but if you wanted to come join, bring something unengineered, doesn't really matter. You know, we're just screwing around, having a bit of fun. So. And apparently River's trying to hump me.
Trying? I'd say I'm succeeding.
Oh, yeah. No, you kind of were, weren't you? Okay, so is basically everybody out here? Let's see.
I forgot to rearm. Give me 1 moment.
Okay, cool. So Comet and River are here, right? There's Comet and there's River, and so we're waiting for Cassis. You haven't dropped in yet, right, Cassis?
Yeah, like I said, I'm in the station right now. I'm gonna get out.
Oh, okay.
Re-instance. I'm not in a gunship though. Just
that's
that's
fine.
Are you an instance?
Yeah, you just can't each other.
Do you want to wing me and then I'll drop back in?
Let's see. I'll send you a message first.
So I don't know if Supreme, I don't know if you're watching and can hear me, but he said something, coming back, don't shoot me. And yeah, like, wait a minute. I mean, if you need to land, we'll be nice enough to let you get land. I'm in a fighter. What am I going to do? In a fighter? I don't know what you mean. In a fighter? Like you're...
He's in a Type N.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, we'll ignore him if he's just watching. That's fine.
Let's
We'll
bet
kill
on the
him last.
fighters.
Okay.
NPC fighter fighting. Who will win?
So that'd be a fun one to do. Everybody jump in fighters and do a big fight that way. We'll have to do that sometime. All right, so we're waiting for Pelly. Did you get rearmed yet?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Rinsler brought out the Challenger. Going through the roster.
Yep,
Where do you have a gun? Did you get a carrier, Rinsler?
No, I don't
Okay.
play enough to keep one.
Yeah. Where do you keep your stuff? At Shin?
I keep it on Hasmango's carrier.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
I shipped everything onto that when carriers came out, and then I pretty much haven't touched it.
Sure. I'm assuming Mango's carrier is nearby, and that's how you're shipping. You're quitting or changing so quickly.
I shipped this stuff here when the stream was announced.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, thank you.
All right, blue tunneling, so that should be good.
Also, I would have brought a gunship, but I actually stripped all the modules off it to put it on this thing.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, no worries. There's enough of us.
Took me a solid hour to put a gunship together. All the parts have gone everywhere else.
All right, so Cassis, let us know as you drop. Hopefully you don't crash from the tunnel. Yeah, there you are. Cool.
Raven is then a fucking vet. All right, we all have to focus Cassis.
Oh, he brings a vet to a gunfight.
Loves it when he gets first focus.
Of course, I like being under focus. It's good practice.
Cassis, I assume you've got enough rebuy for that thing?
For like 10 minutes.
I'm at 1.1 billion, so I should be fine.
Yeah, that should do it.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
Bless you. Goodness.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, maybe next time you find the mute button.
Kill Cassis. No.
He's got time to get in the station if he needs to. But yeah, we're on Cassis, everybody. We're started. I guess at this point we're started. Kill whoever you want. I know who I'm shooting at. Don't hit the station. Oh, don't hit the station X.
Someone hit the station.
Oh,
Yes.
it might have been me. It was
I'm
me.
getting-
It was me. It was me. I hit it.
Big
I hit
brain
it.
right now.
I hit it. So I'll just keep
It's
shooting
a-
at it. There we
Yeah,
go.
This is
Nice.
my mobile turret right here.
Definitely F in chat for me. My God, that was great. Everybody start, and then I
Yep.
get killed.
Hex, have you heard of our Lord and Savior, Smart Rounds?
Yeah, right. Actually, you know what? You brought it up. Tell the folks at home what smart rounds are and why we don't use them.
Smart rounds are an experimental effect for cannons and multi-cannons.
Yep.
That will only do damage to whatever you have targeted, meaning you can safely hit stations with them as long as you're targeting someone else,
Yep.
and the station won't aggro on you.
As I understand, the rounds actually explode before they hit a non. I mean, I think that's the lore behind it, right? But yeah, like you can blast away at something that's friendly, and it won't do any damage to it. You don't get any trouble, and I wouldn't have just gotten killed. But we generally don't run those. Hey, Cassis, you made it in without dying. Nice. We generally don't run those because it's just a waste, right? I mean,
It's easy enough to just not pull the trigger.
Exactly.
Station bait.
That's right. Now they can be helpful when you're doing.
They have some meme value for ganks, definitely.
Sure. And they for whoops, let's go to this. But like you said, it's so easy to not hit things, right? And that you lose so much from the other experimentals that you want, like incendiary, corrosive. I mean, there's a ton of great one that you would pick before you would pick that. Okay. All right, who we getting next? Should we all just get Pelly out of the instance first and go from there?
Hey, good luck with
If
that.
you came back, I can come back.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. By the way, guys, we're definitely ghosting. We're just having fun, right? So come back as much as you want.
Stream.
Right. That's true. That's what you do with a gunship, right?
Oh yeah. Hey, don't you also what do you do with a gunship? Don't you high wake and claim victory as
Yeah.
well?
Yeah. Well,
You do that.
you guys, we should do you guys should do a
tactic.
synchronized wake and then before your self-destruct.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. It actually kind of that'd be a cool video to get everybody synchronized jumping out.
Actually, I hate you, Rizzler. Why would you do this?
I have
You
no
killed
idea.
All of my weapons, no.
Is he killing
I
you
am
again,
so
guys?
sad.
Apparently there was a CG for these things or something.
I am literally.
Yeah, one thing that's
I
been
am so
cool,
sad.
Renzo, I don't know if you've seen since you've been away a bit, is that they've been doing CGs and giving out custom engineered modules for it.
I missed the station.
Yeah,
Let's
there
go.
was a medium missile rack that was both high capacity and lightweight. And the one that I missed that I'm pissed about, there's a Class 5 FSD booster, or Class 5 FSD, that had both fast boot and long range on it. And so because fast boot also adds range, with that one, you can get a DBX to 82 light years. And or an 84 maybe, and then Asp and Phantom both did 82 with it. So it's been cool that they've been doing that. Also, to be clear, for those that maybe don't realize, for most of the missile stuff we were talking about, they're really only effective once your shields have dropped against hull. You can use overload munitions, do quite a bit of damage. Look at all those backhounds. Beautiful. And now Pelly's weapons have got to be wrecked.
Not yet.
No, actually, they're not that bad yet, are they? Oh, comments down. I'm not going to get a missile off now.
The issue with his gunship is that it may be autistic, but the second people realize that it's out there, it just dies.
It's very easy.
Oh shit! I forgot my pulse lasers. God damn it. Oh, I still have these.
Yeah, the pack hounds just seem to be like a shoot me sign.
Oh my god, they're so cool looking, though. In fact, whoever's got the pack hound, is that you, Cassis?
Yep.
Yeah, hit me with another volley of them. Yeah, because I want to kind of show, okay, so by the way, one quick thing. Pack hounds have a 600 meter arming range. So you were at 200 meters on top of me, Cassis, so you have to be 600.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it's 400.
I wouldn't rely on that though, because you can never tell with desync.
Oh, that's fair enough. That's fair. But yeah, look at that. I just got a malfunction on one of my PAs and it's offline. 2 of them are offline now. Oh, I'm about to be dead. Yeah, the dreaded. And by the way, guys, the other thing about this is not just this missile issue and shieldless is not just a PvP issue, you know, because NPCs use missiles so much, right? Like you go bounty hunting, lose your shield, you get hit a few times, and your bounty hunting session's over. Which kind of, yeah, look, my railgun's out, all but 1 PA is out. And I'm at 30% hull still, right? Oh, 2 PAs. I got 2 of them. We're still trying to kill Cassis, right? I'll just go with the class 8 hardpoint and ram him.
Oh no. No.
How many pack counts do you have on there?
Let's fucking go.
I got 2 of them.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, 1, 2.
Guess you could say that's an unreal amount of pack hounds.
Lego, I thought you were gonna come join us. You still playing Cyberpunk?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have come and join us. Celebrate
Don't have
this
a gunship.
special day. You could have just bought a stock.
I wouldn't. I'm not as strong as you guys. I don't have the confidence to be seen in public flying a gunship.
Right. Cable, thanks for pooping on me, buddy. One of the regulars buys me, you know, does what Mango used to do and donates $1 with the poop emoji. So, thanks for the poop, Cable. Hope all's well, buddy. All right, I'm going to go back since I'm wrecked. I'm going to go back and land and repair. And then why don't we now start lining up outside the slot and we'll do you want to do the should we do the jump or should we do the chaff self-destruct first and then do the jump at the end? How about that?
Oh, you got that back just as I fucking rammed you.
Whoa. Nice,
this thing is
Cassis.
actually
Oh,
quite
incoming missile.
fucking
Whoever's
retarded
shooting
flaws.
at me, did you hit the station? Yeah. Oh, it sounds like it. Whoever just shot me, did they shoot the station? Nice.
Yep.
The hell's my pad? Oh, wrong way. I don't even know where my pad is. There we go. There it is. And sure, Supreme, if you can hear me, you're welcome to be. Yeah. Let's launch. So yeah, if everybody can.
Nice.
And just brief. Yeah, whoever was about to say something, somebody was calling out. Somebody said, "Hey, X."
Yeah, I said it's too bad. I left my pulse lasers back because I had like the ones that produce heat.
Oh, okay. Yep.
On them.
Yeah.
So.
Okay,
These
so
are
at this
just a
point, if everybody will hold fire and meet up outside the station, we'll do. If you don't have chaff, go get chaff. If you don't mind. I didn't even look, but I assume the station sells chaff. Let me look real quick. Lounge Port, is that the name of the place we are? Yeah.
Yeah, it sells chaff. I'm checking it out now.
Okay, sweet. I was just about to check it online, but okay, cool. You did verify?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Got it right here.
Perfect. And hey, if you want to put on as many chaff as you can, like the more chaff, the merrier kind of thing.
I'm going to put on like 8 chaff.
And yeah, if you guys are cool, don't shoot. Yeah, Supreme, I'll ask everybody. Like, we'll I told Supreme he could come in and jump with us in his Conda, so, and be part of the chaffing, so let's not shoot him, if that's okay with everybody. Anybody having...
I'll even self-destruct. I'll self-destruct my vet.
Yeah, sweet. So, I know what we'll do. We'll have everybody... Who's that? With Gozerian and Rinsler, if you guys can come out and kind of form up near Gozerian and Rinsler, I'll back up a little bit to get the shot of this. And so thanks again for everybody tuning in, because we're going to wrap up here. Oh, you know what we'll do after this if you guys want? I'll stream the first one, and then if there's enough interest, and then we'll just play. But for everybody that's around, it's kind of tradition to end with CQC. So if you guys are interested here in a minute, we can do some CQC. If not, no biggie.
I'm down for CQC.
Is everybody? Would everybody be up for that?
Yep, I'm down.
Okay.
I haven't played that in a while.
Yeah.
Sure.
And for
By
those
a
like,
while, I think I mean ever.
and Rins, did you see? Because I know you've been out for a bit. Did you see that they added you can queue for CQC in live game?
I did hear about that. But
Yeah. So if you
I haven't
open
tried it
your
yet.
chat window and go to the social tab, right at the top there's queue for matchmaking, and so you can pick that, and then as you're flying around, it'll pop up and say, "Hey, there's a CQC match ready."
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's see who else do we need out here. Oh, Rinsler moved. Rinsler can, just head back. Rivertide's in a perfect spot.
What are you guys queuing for?
We're gonna do like we're gonna do like pop chat, like I want to get a little fireworks video kind of thing, right? Everybody pop chat, self destruct, and then we'll do CQC after that. Okay, so is anybody not out here? It's kind of hard to see everybody. Gozerian's here. Pelly, did you get back in? Just in case, Cassis and Blaze, could you guys leave the wing for me real quick? The rounds are shooting around me. That makes for a cool shot. Let me get in the third-person camera. Yeah, that does make for a really cool
Oh my
view.
gosh, the chaff vent.
Yeah, okay, so the 3 gunships, somebody's firing chaff right now and a courier just flew by you. If everybody can get in that area, like I've got a great shot of that. I think it was basically River. Uh-oh. Somebody just got killed by the station.
Yeah.
Is that River?
Nope.
Who is
I'm
that?
alive and kicking.
Gazarian.
Was that Gozerian?
Rip.
Oh, I missed the
I'm so
explosion. 'Cause my
sad.
ship was in the way. So yeah, if everybody can go back, basically where Gozerian. River, can you fire chaff off for me real quick, just so I can figure out who you are? There you are. Okay, great. So if everybody can get nice and close to Rivertide,
All right, hold up.
that'd be perfect.
Let me get that. Where's River? Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Firing multis.
And then yeah, like if you guys, that'd be another cool thing. Everybody fire your weapons right above my head, and we'll do that. As Cassis just takes out whoever's takes out Rinsler, I think. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Okay, is there anybody?
I'm getting a trespass warning.
No,
Yeah,
I got
get away this lot.
de-instanced.
Okay, so let's see. Here, I'll get. I'm not in. I'm in third-person camera, so I don't want to jump out. So whoever's in my wing, if somebody can wing Gozerian in or whoever else, that'd be great. And we'll give us another minute here to get everybody in, and then we'll do this. And so what we're going to do, guys, is like everybody just pop their chaff, and as soon as you pop your chaff, start a self-destruct. Because I think we'll have the chaff going, and then we'll have a big explosion. Okay, I can't see. Oh, I can see some of my chaff, so I'll pop my own chaff too. Nothing like popping your own chaff.
All right, hang just a second. I'm trying.
Cool. You're all good.
Destructors.
Right panel on the ship tab.
Oh, it's the right panel.
Yeah,
Forgot
right
about
panel.
That.
Right panel. Okay, are we ready? Who are we waiting for? Gozerian? We waiting for you still?
I'm coming back. I'm tunneling in.
Okay.
Hi, tunneling in. I'm Rivertide.
Got him! Funny.
The funny has been achieved.
Apparently,
I got
Rivertide is a
River.
father,
Mm-hmm.
since that was quite the
can
dad
tell.
joke.
No comment.
Our dad's in the
There are a lot of dads in
You've
this
had
channel.
probably
aren't there?
like
a lot of dads in this game, just period.
That was a joke.
No, I know
I
it
am
was,
coming.
but it's true. So again, thanks everybody for joining, because once we get this set up, we'll probably wrap up pretty quick after it. If you would like to come join us for CQC, everybody's of course welcome. And then just kind of finally, if you're looking for a place to hang out, people to play the game with, a squadron to join, BGS to get into, stuff to learn, all that kind of stuff, I hope you'll stop by the Level 11 Discord sometime. Oh, I see Sister Kate's on Twitch. Kate, I wish you'd have known. You could have come and joined us. Okay, don't kill me, whoever's shooting, if you're shooting at me. Just make sure you don't kill me. So stop the missiles, but the missiles are great. Here in just a second, that's exactly what we'll do. In fact, let me turn completely off my overlay so that later I can... There we go. I'll make it a little prettier for later. Okay, Gozerian, you here now?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm here.
Is everybody ready? Excellent. So, so we'll do this. Everybody fire like they're doing right now. Everybody start popping chaff, and then I'll call when we do the self-destruct. Because, yeah, this does look pretty damn cool, I gotta admit. The missile effects are great, too. Okay, so now, when everybody's ready, I'm going to count. So everybody get on the self-destruct screen, and I'm going to count it down. Ready? 3, 2, 1, click. There go shields. There go shields. We didn't quite get it coordinated with everybody, but we're going to get some good explosions here in a second, I think. Boy, that 30 seconds takes a while, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I guess 30 seconds is 30 seconds. Here they go. Here we go. Gunships exploding.
To be fair, it is their most natural state.
Pretty much is.
It does best.
All right. Was that everybody? Yeah, I think
no.
that was everybody. Awesome.
That and a lot of system chat.
True.
It's just probably like, what?
Right. Well, guys, again, thanks for joining me, especially kind of our little special guest today, Rinsler and Rivertide. I really appreciate both of you guys stopping in and providing some insight on the game. I know for one, I'll say real quick that Rinsler, you were one of the first channels I found, long ago, and when I knew even less than I do now. And so I've always enjoyed your channel. I've always thought it was a bummer that you weren't really making content, anymore and playing Elite that much. I get it, right? But do you see yourself returning with Odyssey? We'll talk about that real quick. Is that something you're looking forward to?
I think at this point I've kind of, lost confidence in Frontier being able to fix it.
Yeah,
fix the state of the game.
That's fair, right?
I'll probably log in and have a look at Odyssey, but probably don't really see myself playing it much.
Yeah, okay. Like I said, sadly, that's fair. Is it what you would want anyway? Like, in other words, are you excited about the first-person shooter aspect of it?
Knowing how they've handled the current version of the game, I'm not really confident that Odyssey is going to be a very balanced experience either.
I certainly have that concern as well, right? I know when the trailer came out the other day, I got to admit, as I was watching it, I thought the first-person shooter gunplay looked okay, right? But I just kept sitting there thinking, wait, this is Elite? This isn't Elite? Like, this is people walking around. This is a first-person shooter. I don't want this. I want spaceships. And from the poll I put up on my channel, I get that I'm in the minority here, but that's just, it's just not at all what I want out of Elite, right? I've hoped for a long time that we would get more ship gameplay. And I'm looking real quick at my last poll. Yeah, my last poll about what do you think about the features? 46.7%, this looks great, can't wait. 44%, I'm mixed and will need to see more. 8%, I don't care about a shooter, I only want spaceships, right? And that's definitely the category I'm in. So I've got an open mind about it, right? So I'm willing to, I'm hoping it's good. Oh, I just heard somebody with a hammer. Who's got the hammer? Is that over my shoulder? So just quickly, I'll point that out. Yes, goes Aaron. The Imperial Hammers, another power play weapon. We talked about power play weapons quite a bit. It's a triple shot. Hit me again with it, Gozerian. Yeah, you see the bam, 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 the triple burst. Nice thing about it is if you're using it against Cascade, you do get some Cascade effect for each of the 3 little bursts. So as long as you land one of those bursts, you get some of the Cascade effect. So, but they do run quite a bit hotter than standard rails. So, so what do you guys say? Do we have enough that we're interested in CQC? Don't everybody speak at once?
Yes.
I might do some CQC, but I think I have to go do something.
Okay.
I have to go run an errand.
Rinsler, River, Lego.
It's 7:30 in the morning. We're gonna jump off.
Okay.
Much fun with this sniper rifle. Sorry, Chief.
No worries. Yeah, we're all. I gotta admit, I'm kind of looking forward to get back that later today too. We've all been playing Cyberpunk. I've been playing it, not as much as these guys, but I've played it a good bit this week.
Cyberpunk is so fun.
I don't think I've heard anybody yet that didn't like it that I talked to.
I mean, there's obviously glitches and shit. I've
Oh,
run into
God.
so many myself.
Oh,
but
it's
like,
buggy as fuck.
Nothing super
we come
game
from Elite, we
breaking.
can handle it.
That's
There's nothing super game breaking
Yeah.
yet that I've run into.
The biggest problem I've had is if you run audio, if anybody runs into this, here's the bug. If you run audio at if you run higher than 44.1 kilohertz, you get crackling in the audio.
Yeah, that is so fucking annoying.
Yep,
but,
yep.
I mean,
Yep. And unfortunately,
I mean, it's just-
my XLR to USB interface I use for my mic is only 48K. Or 96, but which means I have to run all my audio at 46K or 48K because if you mismatch them, like if I run one at 48, one at 44, but it's a quick old goofy thing you can do. If you do that, your voice, depending on the way you mismatch it, your voice will either go much lower or much higher because that 8 kilohertz gets sampled the opposite direction. It's really kind of creepy. But yeah, so I'm stuck at 48, and I can't really play it with headphones. It's so crackly. So, and Cement, thank you very much. I don't know where Cement's not in chat yet. Okay, he just was on. He's on chat. He's not in Discord yet. Where you missed us, Cement. I was hoping you were going to be around for this, buddy. So, well, I guess with that, since we're not going to do any CQC today, let me again say thanks to the guests, to Rinsler and River, and thanks to all you guys for coming in today and just having a little bit of send off for the gunship. It's been something I wanted to talk about for a while, just because, and I thought today would be an especially poignant day to do it, so I figured I'd just throw something together really quickly. So yeah, why don't we all, we can all give our own little F's for the gunship and the pilots that flew her, right? I think at this point
Indeed.
we're pretty much glad that we don't really see the gunship in PvP anymore, aren't we? Yeah,
It didn't bring much to the table.
I'll go for that F. So, TLDR, I just got a question in chat. TLDR is gunship sucks. Don't fly the gunship. If you want to fly something like the gunship, fly the Chieftain, Challenger, or Crusader. There's really nothing the gunship does better than anything else, and it's objectively worse. I actually, of all the federal ships, I completely agree. The FAS was the first ship I flew in PvP to start learning PvP. It handles beautifully. It's forgiving. I fucking love it. It's got, I don't know if it's the best pitch rate in the game, but
it is completely unaffected by drag. Easy.
It's great. It's great. It handles beautifully. It's got the same cockpit, good hardpoint placement. I actually use a FAS for Thargoids, right? Because it's only got the limitation of the FAS is like it's got the same hard points as the Phantom, too large, too medium. So it's just not enough damage for real PvP these days or hull. But it handles so beautifully. It's so much fun to fly, and so it's great for Thargoid hunting. So, all right, see you, Lego. Which, if you guys haven't seen, Thargoid combat did get buffed 4 times, and it still massively underpays. And yeah, Rinsler, had you heard that combat pay got buffed 10 times? Bounties.
I think I saw it in a couple of pings on different servers, but
yeah. So bounties got buffed pretty significantly, just straight up bounty hunting, like no massacre missions, nothing like that. I've been able to do with an engineered wing about 25 million an hour. In a bone stock brand new starter account Sidewinder, I did 10 million in an hour in the first hour of gameplay. Right, so still. If you ask me, it's still massively underpaying given risk reward kind of stuff, but hey, it's nice that they're actually finally
improvement.
making a change to it. So I do want to give them
Condos
some
are
credit
worth,
for
like,
that.
$1 mil. It's really nice.
Right. So again, thanks for joining everybody. I really appreciate it. Couple things for next week. We will do Sidewinder Slaughter on Monday and Wednesday. I'll be around and in town this week, so we'll do that on Monday night at 8 p.m. and on Wednesday at 4 p.m. That's both Eastern time. And then on Tuesday, I'm going to have a guest. I'm going to have a lot of you guys know Commander Plater. So Plater is going to join me we were in private chat. We were debating BGS being open only. I think most of my regulars know I am a very big proponent of that. I think it should absolutely be open only. And while Plater plays open only and asks his squadron to play open only, he disagrees. He thinks it should be still allowed in private and solo. And so we started arguing it back and forth. I said, hey, what are we doing it in here? Why don't we have a live stream and argue with each other? Because we're both mature enough and know each other well enough to disagree about something. And I thought it'd be an interesting chat. So if you want to stop by and hear Plater and I, debate the pros and cons of it, because I do think there are some reasons for it being, available in private and solo. But for somebody whose squadron's been fighting a couple wars and having the other group all but refused to meet us in open, except for a few folks, being able to counter that is really, really different, or really, really difficult, right? So, and by the way, Rinsler, I just have to ask, is your C++ and the fact that it's a Python, is there some linkage there?
Yep, that's the
okay.
reference.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just saw C++ Python. I was like, wait a minute, that can't be a coincidence, right? Oh my God, love the view, guys. Love the view. Jam in my face. Who's right above?
Which language is better in your opinion, Rizzler?
I don't know. I think it's too tough to call.
Fair.
I mean, C++ is a lot more powerful than Python, isn't it? You can do a lot more with it, can't you?
Yeah, but they've both got their uses, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Fair enough, right? It depends on what you're building, right? I mean, if you're building an enterprise app, C++. If you're, developing something, easier, probably Python, right? So anyway, thanks much, guys. I hope you can stop by next week and join us for Sidewinders Slaughter. Just quickly, if you don't know what that is, it's kind of similar to what we did tonight. We go to a system called NEX. We go to Wattport. Everybody, guys, a bone stock Sidewinder. Go outside the station. Big PvP, deathmatch, melee, with the added benefit or added twist of every time you die, you get to upgrade 2 modules. So it adds kind of a unique spin and strategy component. Do you do weapons? Do you do defenses? That kind of stuff. We do Sidewinders, Eagles, Vipers. We kind of go through it through the night. If you've always wanted to get into some PvP, by the way, this is a very different kind of PvP, but if you want to go shoot at some players, get some aggression out, have some fun with 0 repercussions, I hope you'll come join us. So otherwise, thanks for joining everybody and have a great rest of the weekend.